This week's videos are sponsored by Prize Picks, the easy-to-use fantasy sports betting app. More on them in just a bit.
Citizens of the Reject Nation, there can be only one, but today there are two because neither of us have seen Highlander. We only know that key phrase that we don't know what it means, but we're about to find out. You excited?
I am so excited. The Geek Checks are back.
Yes, and we're watching a geeky classic. I know Sean Connery. I know that line. That's kind of it. Pretty excited to find out why this movie is so classic. We are going to be watching it on Amazon 4K. We rented it proper because it is a legendary film, so we're watching it with all that glory. So you, dear patrons, if you want to watch it with us, like you're sitting on the couch, the entire experience, that's the best way because we're watching it in sweet, sweet 4K. Everyone else, thank the fine folks at Prepper for putting this on YouTube, editing it down all nice and tight so you can experience it that way there. Much love to any editor on YouTube. It is a tireless job.
Seriously.
And I am so tired from editing YouTube videos. So much love to Prepper and everyone. It's like 3 jobs.
Oh, no.
There's the filming, and then there's 3 times that.
Oh, no.
Remember sleep? I don't. Now, please leave a comment below and let us know what else you'd like the Geek Jacks to enjoy. We are enjoying this journey back through classic films that we just happened to miss. Also, leave a like in this video so you know that we, in fact, did a good job liking this Highlander experience. And share this with a Highlander fan in your life. Like, is this like Stargate where it's a giant fandom? Is it a franchise? I don't know. I'm very excited to check it out, and we're going to in 3, 2, 1.
From the dawn of time we came, moving silently down through the centuries, living many secret lives, struggling to reach the time of the gathering.
I could listen to his voice all day.
Dude, such majesty.
Russell Mulcahy, do you know what movie he did?
No.
The Shadow with Alec Baldwin.
Oh, I just can't believe we're rocking out to them. I didn't know this song was this is like one of the classic.
Clancy Brown. Oh
Baby
my God.
Clancy Brown.
We got Lex
We
Luthor.
got 3 voices of like pure iconography.
Yeah, dude, that's my Lex Luthor, bro.
Those are 3 of the best voices to ever voice.
Oh, and Jon Polito. It's another good actor.
It's all music by Queen. Yo, Highlander.
Michael Kamen, X-Men 2000
Oh,
composer,
didn't know that.
and Lethal Weapon composer.
Yeah, bring the sax.
Mulcahy.
Mulcahy.
I never pronounce names right. You guys know this.
Phonetically in the chat. Okay, immediately not what I expected this movie to be so far. I thought it was a period piece.
That's what I thought.
If you'd showed me this opening, and I would not have ever guessed Highlander.
Yeah,
like,
that would have been my last guess. I would have said it's
Anything.
a prequel to The Wrestler, maybe?
yeah, I mean, this is like actually of the time. This looks like 80s wrestling.
Oh,
That's
cool
a cool
shot.
Yeah,
And you know that's no drone in 86.
that's crazy. It must have been a crazy rig across the whole state. Wow, that is a nutty rig.
Awesome. Tracking.
And that many extras that are actually extras.
Holy shit. That
That's
whole shot to
dope.
get to him. Oh, that was awesome.
Man, he looked so much like Thomas Jane when he was younger.
He does. He does.
Like that is a Thomas Jane right there.
Yeah. And they say wrestling is fake.
This is what I thought Highlander was.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's going to be 2 different generations of them. Well, I guess they live forever, right? I don't know. Teach me, movie.
I think I don't know anything about these movies. He definitely, you could tell this director brought a lot of this visual style, that war you can see in the period piece, into The Shadow. Have you seen that movie in a while?
Not in years.
I think that movie's underrated. 80s cars were such a vibe.
They're so big.
Yeah.
MacLeod. Fazil. Wait.
That man has a full sword. He also has a full sword.
Now the trench coat makes sense.
The only way to hide it.
I love how unfazed he looks and daunted.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Very 80s. Cool. You don't see a lot of modern car sword fights. I love that it's like an old school battle just set in a modern setting and clothes. Like the way they're moving, the whole choreography.
And I love the set piece right now, too.
Yeah.
All right, hand to hand. Let's do Oh,
Nope. Pipe to sword.
damn, this guy. It's definitely not a stunt
No,
guy.
that's the guy. That Wall Street banker can move. Just for fun. You know, that's how I like to traverse the park.
Almost sounds 80 yard.
And with the rain and everything, I'd imagine you have to.
Yeah. That's such a cool sword, dude.
Yeah. I like that everything feels like it's got like history behind it.
This is a really suspenseful one-on-one battle.
Yeah. And it's right at the top, so you don't know what's going on. So it's just mystery and action.
Oh, shit.
I really wasn't expecting him to kill him.
Yeah.
That genuinely shocked me. But he is Raiden again.
I was going to say, is this how he became Raiden?
This
with
is the
lightning?
origin. Highlander's an origin for Mortal Kombat. Cool. Is he absorbing his power? This movie was expensive.
Yeah, I was going to say, imagine if they had to do another take.
Bring in the second set of cars.
Yeah.
What a fun day on set.
And Christopher Lambert got to be right in the middle of it. Getting wet all day and being right in the middle of the exploding
Oh,
cars.
that shoot was probably for a week. That was a
Oh, yeah.
that was a long fight.
Whoa, awesome history transition.
That was dope. I like that. His last name is very Scottish. I'm wondering if is Sean Connery and he the same character? I'm just gonna keep asking questions until I know. Oh, yeah, okay, so he's immortal, right? Or lineage is strong. I think that's him though.
And again, not to get back to the shadow, but when the period piece part, like he had the long hair in the war scenes, and then back in present day, he had the short hair. So he brought a lot of that vision from Highlander over to the shadow. I'm seeing.
How when was Shadow? Early 90s?
94. Almost getting a Braveheart feel too a little bit.
Yeah.
Are you scared, Connor? No, Cousin Dougal, I'm not. Don't talk nonsense, man. I killed the first time I went into battle.
Huh.
Take these flowers and think of me. Remember, you fight with God on your side, Connor.
I ain't gonna like that.
You saying that guy looks familiar in the
Yeah,
middle?
in the middle, yeah.
I think he's in Game of Thrones, if I'm not mistaken, and
Oh,
also
wow.
Troy.
I think that's what I know him from. Braveheart plus lightning.
Clancy!
Cool. David
Damn.
Brown.
It's so crazy how much younger he looks.
There is one called Connor among them.
All I hear is Lex Luthor. I'm sorry.
Dude, the voice with that baby face is crazy.
I know.
Remember our agreement, Murdoch. The boy is mine.
Dude, the costume designs are fire. Before Lord of the Rings, there was Highlander.
Apparently.
MacLeod!
Oof.
Oof.
Nobody will fight me.
The owls are away.
Green lady, stay by me.
Fight me.
Not the way I expected it to go.
Come on, quick!
There can be only one.
There it is!
I didn't
He
know it was a
said
Clancy
it.
Brown line. Was that shot super zoomed in from like afar?
I don't know. It's like rained out. It's
That was
weird.
crazy. Like the actual film stock looked. Oh, it's probably to do that effect. That was cool.
Going in his mind.
That was a really dope shot. That's why he tucked the sword away.
Yeah, yeah.
Watch it, free. Just cool it. Watch it. Watch him. Watch him. Move! Come on, come on, come on! Move! Oh! Oh! Spread him! Spread him! Come on!
We need 30 guns pointed at one guy.
We don't know if he's earned it. Maybe.
Well, Mr. Nash, where were you going in such a hurry? Give me it, give me it, give me it!
Oh, so he's not like a known entity.
It is over. Other men are dying this day.
He's a Highlander, by God. The last sound he hears shall not be that of a wailing woman.
So are they reborn? Cool transitions. The transitions are really special.
Damn it, Frank. Forensics are supposed to be notified the same time as homicide.
And the cinematography is really special also.
Yeah, the way the camera physically moves in this is crazy.
Did you make an arrest?
No. We're questioning some guy named Nash, antique dealer down on Hudson Street.
Hello, Brenda.
Oh, there's Jon Polito.
Haha.
Hey, Doc, I ain't gonna explain this to my wife, man!
Walker, get me a cherry cheese Danish too, please. Now, what did they say? What time did he buy it?
He's so good in The Crow. It's funny to see him as a cop.
Yeah. He's also good in Blank Man. I don't know if you ever saw
Oh,
him.
yeah. Years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, my
2
God.
days ago, the teletype, there was a guy that was killed.
But I see him as like a scuzzy pawn shop guy, so the cleaned up suit's funny.
Remember his line in that movie was, "Shit on me! Shit on me!"
Baby, look at you.
Garfield, cover that head.
Oh, they found it? Oh, no, it's his.
That's
That's the guy's. Yeah, the downed
big-
guy.
Yeah.
What the hell you got?
A Toledo Salamanca.
A what?
Sword, Frank. A very rare sword.
So clearly she's the intelligent one of the group.
Was it worth much?
Only about $1 million. Any antique dealer on Hudson Street could tell you that.
$1 million in 86.
He's going to win the staring contest. Okay.
He won.
Yep.
There can be only one.
Ever see this guy before, Nash? Name's Vasilek, Polish national. Had his head chopped off in New Jersey 2 nights ago. You ever get over to New Jersey, Nash?
Not if I can help it.
You talk funny, Nash. Where are you from?
Lots of different places.
You're an antique dealer, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
A sword.
So you want to hear a theory? Mm-hmm. You went down that garage to buy this sword from that guy. What's his name?
I don't know, you tell me.
Okay, his name is Amon Fazil, and you fought about the price and cut off his head.
It's some theory.
Want to hear another theory? This Fazil was so upset about the lousy wrestling tonight. He went down to the garage and in a fit of depression, his own head.
You Nash?
Why, Garfield? You cruising for a piece of...
I'll tell you what happened, Russell. You went down to the garage for a... just didn't want to pay for it.
You are sick.
Hey, what are you doing? Hey, stop it!
Oh.
Shit.
Am I under arrest?
Not yet.
Then we're through.
Nash, we're just getting started.
Smart. He didn't even need a lawyer. Got himself out.
He's not being detained.
A head which at this time has no name.
I know his name.
Oh.
Clancy is back.
I am so fascinated by this movie's choices, all of them.
This must be so interesting for these actors to rewatch this now.
30 years later, almost
Yeah.
40.
Yeah.
Room 315. And I'm gonna hit you for 20 in advance. Hey, if there's anything you need, just dial O, huh?
That's right.
It's an interesting hotel that offers you those kind of
You see that kind of
accommodations.
money up front? You just, he doesn't look like a cop. Cool. That is a beast.
I love the editing choice here too.
Yeah. The montage of building intercut with the actual play.
Right.
That is a beast of a sword. That's so crazy.
And he's in quite tip-top shape, Clancy, right now
Yeah,
too.
he's what, like 6'3", 6'4"?
Yeah. People always mention that too in the comments. Why does Andrew always mention body types and all? Because I know how hard it is to get in shape. So I just want to give the actors their due.
It's a battle.
The Gathering.
Hi, I'm Candy.
Well, aren't you sweet?
That shot. That's great.
Of course you are.
His voice is so perfect for this kind of like mythical demon from the past.
Just need to hear a Spongebob Squarepants line at some point. Uh-oh. She gonna find the other sword?
I think he just snagged it, right?
Oh, did he? Yeah, because that's where when he cut the head, it went through there.
Yeah.
Hey, Brenda, usual?
Lots of it.
Who?
Oh, this soundtrack is so good.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it on the way home.
Excuse me a minute, Brenda.
Yeah.
What'd you
What did you say?
She just housed a half glass in like.
What did you say?
Madison Square Garden.
York City.
Do you go there often?
Why?
Knicks.
Basketball, the circus, wrestling.
Why are you asking me about the garden? Have you been following me?
I'd like to walk you home, Brenda.
I can take care of myself.
She's on to him.
I also like the way the movies were lit then. The shadows are so intentional, and you talked about earlier at the fights, but even just like the texture of everything. Like I know that shot's from the mid '80s.
Yeah.
Like the lighting, the fog, the.
Be quiet.
Whoa!
Oh! That was the last thing I was expecting.
Save.
Damn. Dude, they're going out all out in these battles.
I feel like a lot of it's actually the actors too. Like that sword is huge and it's actually being wielded by Clancy Brown.
Yeah. That's why we don't want you just to get in shape to look good. You're going to have to hold this massive sword.
Yeah. I mean, that thing's probably 30 pounds and wielding it like.
All right, we want to hear the line again, Clancy.
Nice to see you. Can be only one.
Yeah.
What? Where did they come from?
Down your weapon. Put your hands on your head.
Another time, Highlander. I will.
Police helicopter just came to a random location?
You know, it seems like there's violence here. Come back here.
I called you Highlander. What did he mean? There can only be one. Only one what?
Listen, lady, you almost.
I want to know.
Shut up! Don't you ever follow me again. You only have one life. If you value it, go home.
This story is really intriguing.
Transitions are just so good.
They really are.
You saw the Windangers. He should have died.
I say he's got the devil in him.
He lives. Has only grown more handsome. It's funny how much more natural he looks here.
Yeah.
Like he's a man of old times.
Drinking with us, are you?
What's the matter, Dougal?
You, talking and breathing, and last night all but a corpse. How did you manage that, Connor MacLeod?
We're jealous of you.
Would you rather I was dead?
It's not natural. He's in league with Lucifer.
Yeah.
You've the devil in you.
We've been kinsmen 20 years.
Connor MacLeod was my kinsman. I don't know who you are.
I guess this would make sense how they'd react if you see someone on their
And how would you react
deathbed.
now? Much less when like people were more superstitious.
Right.
I'm not going anywhere.
Damn.
Oof. Oof.
As I remember in the movie, the book and the movie with the Crucible, they didn't take very kind of witchcraft.
Yeah. Cannot imagine Scotland was too much better about it.
He's your cousin, man! Get!
I don't care. He's got the devil in him.
Headbutted on a rack would hurt so bad.
There'll be no burning here today! We'll banish him!
No! Burn him!
Oh my God.
Can you walk? I'll bloody well walk out of here!
I'll no forget you, Angus.
Oh. Good old Angus. Someone level-headed. Another gorgeous shot.
Oh, man.
Back in the day before green screen was an option. Gotta go on location.
Cool. Top transitions I've
Yeah.
seen in like years. Like some of
Yeah,
these are
no,
so special.
It's
like
fire
plotted
so
for
far.
it.
Yeah.
Like they really took the time to be like, how's this gonna go into this back and forth in time?
Yeah, because even that one shot where like the
grain, because they had that being special effects. I
Yeah,
think they
and
had to
then-
actually print the film and then like
yeah.
physically
And-
layer over.
And then
like,
when you see it go into his eye, and
Yeah.
like, okay, that was well done.
how much was storyboarded just for the transition? Like, and
Yeah.
it's working because it's making me enchanted with both storylines and both timelines. Oh, look at that apartment. be 80s rich. Look at that. God damn.
Right?
It's got so many layers. I love like use of light and up angle like that. Man.
Oh, that's
That is
cool.
gorgeous.
Piece of his past life.
Yeah, he's got a throwback room. Oh, look at that round couch.
That is sick.
I want this apartment more than I've wanted most places.
Dude, they are just nailing so many different facets in this film. Production design, costume design, transition, cinematography, storyline.
I see why people talk about this film.
Yeah.
Queen. All the things just listed in Queen.
Hi, and Dale. Do you want it?
Aye, right now.
I mean, that's all we need as men.
Hoping it was a super hot day when he had to film that.
You can do that to me forever if you like, my lord.
The words every man wants to hear from a gorgeous woman.
Pie and ale and that.
Aye, Blossom. I will.
Angus?
Is it Angus?
Oh, it's Sean Connery. Look at that outfit.
I am Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez, Chief Metallurgist to King Charles V of Spain. And I'm at your service.
Who?
What do you want?
You.
But he's so happy. Let him be.
You're Connor MacLeod, wounded in battle and driven from your village of Glenfinnan 5 years ago.
Damn, I didn't realize it was that much of a passage of time.
Connor!
Heather, go in the house.
I'll stay right here.
Do as I say, woman.
Come to collect on the deal, or whatever you are.
Oh.
Really could be a prelude to him being Raiden.
It really is funny. I wonder if he got cast. He's like electric guy.
I'm sure that had somewhat to do with it.
Who are you? We are the same, MacLeod. We are brothers!
Another fire transition.
I can't get over his outfit. Sean Connery with
yeah.
the peacocking, literally.
His Vietnamese neighbor ate his dog.
That's confidential.
How are things over at forensics?
Dull.
It's good. I met a guy named Barry Allen.
Lunch? It's a good idea. Who pays?
Me.
You're on.
Oh, by the way, Frank,
Yeah.
the hairs in the Moretti case,
Uh-huh.
I matched up.
What did I tell you?
Oh, I forgot my purse.
I'll meet you outside.
Slick. How did he not pick up on that?
Got comfortable.
That's the oldest trick in the book. Leave a pen, leave a purse in the office.
It works. Christopher Lloyd's first headshot. The old black and whites.
Damn, you see the smoke there? Dude,
Yeah.
That was so cool.
Sometimes, MacLeod, the sharpest blade is not enough.
Dude, they are going for it with these. Wow.
Everyone.
And it's so seamless. Every single one.
I'm a man, not a fish.
You complain endlessly.
You look like a woman, you stupid haggis.
Haggis?
Look at that fit.
What is haggis?
Sheep's stomach stuffed with meat and barley.
And what do you do with it?
You eat it. How revolting. Be still, for God's sake. You'll tip us over.
So?
I cannot swim, you Spanish peacock.
I'm not Spanish, I'm Egyptian.
You said you were from Spain. You're a liar.
You have the manners of a goat. And you have no knowledge whatsoever of your potential. Now, get out!
Okay, you'll survive if you drown.
Help! Help me, I'm drowning! You can't drown, you fool! You're immortal!
It's a gift and a curse. Because everyone you love is eventually...
Yeah, that's fleeting.
Yeah. I'm assuming they had to have a team underwater with him for these shots.
And cameras back then. And I mean, I wonder if it's like a big plate and they just shoot through it like an aquarium.
Yeah. Do you think he's got like weights holding him down?
Probably. I mean, look at the fit. You can hide a lot. What a way to teach someone they're immortal.
You don't have to
Just
swim.
walks
Just walk
out.
through the lake.
What a great visual.
That was a impressive teaching tactic.
Yeah, effective.
Crude and slow, clansman, your attack. You cannot die, MacLeod. Accept it.
Hate you.
Good.
Tell me, how did it happen, for God's sake?
Why does the sun come up? Or are the stars just pinholes in the curtain of night? Who knows? What I do know is that
The eyelash was on Connery.
because you were born different, men will fear you, try to drive you away, like the people of your village.
Yeah. People fear what they don't understand.
Especially the superstitious.
You must learn to conceal your special gift and harness your power until the time of the gathering.
What gathering?
When only a few of us are left, we will feel an irresistible pull towards a faraway land to fight for the prize. Master!
Train like an immortal.
Never lose your temper. If your head comes away from your neck, it's over.
Ah, that's why I beheaded him. Got it. Makes sense.
So there has to be a way.
Always mind your surroundings. Dude, locations. Sick.
It's gorgeous. Like, oh.
Never overextend your thrust. You're vulnerable and off balance.
Connor.
Heather, please.
You're embarrassing me in front of Sean Connery.
If it came down to just us two, would you take my head? Oh.
There can only be.
We must fight until only one remains. You are safe only on holy ground. None of us will violate that law. It's tradition.
I feel like Clancy Brown will.
Damn. Hey, you're quite high up. Wonder how they got up. Did you have to land them from a helicopter or something?
I imagine some amount of rock climbing occurred, but with swords.
Shall we see what sort of swordsman you've become? Very good.
Like how his sword has his name on it.
Yeah.
Just in case anyone finds it and knows not to
Yeah,
take
you
it.
gotta bring the sword back. The hilt is huge.
There's that one there. How much is it?
I guess back then this was like going to the grocery store.
Yeah.
But what I want is a family.
You cannot have a family. We cannot have children.
Oh.
That's a bummer.
That won't please Heather. I'll tell you that for nothing.
He's full of life.
Oh, just keep saying you're trying and it's just not working.
Here's dinner. I'll be off now. I fancy buying myself a new dress.
Scared. I hope Connery or something doesn't happen to her.
Yeah, I'm worried Clancy's showing up.
Yeah.
You must leave her, brother.
I'm worried he might do something to her too. The betrayal.
I was born 2,437
Whoa.
years ago.
You look really good for your age.
Immaculate.
I've had 3 wives. The last was Shikiko, a Japanese princess. Her father, Masamune, a genius, made this for me in 593 BC.
Jeez.
It is the only one of its kind.
Is that the sword?
Yeah, that he reached for into the thing.
When the MacLeods fought the Frasers and a Black Knight, I felt it then. Only it was different, more painful.
That Black Knight was a Kurgan. It's because of him that I sought you out. The Kurgans were an ancient people from the steppes of Russia. He is the strongest of all the immortals. He is the perfect warrior. If he wins the prize, mortal man would suffer an eternity of darkness.
How do you fight such a savage?
With heart, faith, steel.
That's all you need.
In the end, there can be only one.
Yeah, 3 times saying it.
Oh, would you like some more wine?
Yes, please.
What are you feeling? Is it the Kurgan?
John Woo shot.
I swear I was about to say it. I was about to say it. It was on the tip of my tongue.
Ramirez.
I don't see this ending well for Heather.
No, I'm concerned.
The Highlander. Where is he?
You're too late. I've prepared him for you.
You waste your time.
Oh.
Oh, take it off, take it off. We know he doesn't because he shows up later, but.
Right, right.
It hurts.
A wounded animal.
Now you die. You cannot win, Ramirez. I am the strongest.
My cut has improved your voice.
Going for the headshot. Heather would just move. Don't stand there
Yeah,
anymore.
Heather, I'd get out of there, personally.
Oh, shit.
Woo!
Don't
I
do
don't
it.
see this going well for Connery.
Who is the woman?
She's mine.
Ah, not for much longer. Tonight you sleep in hell. There can be only one.
No, Connery.
What a death he got, though, on those stairs with lightning. Wow. So it's like a power-up. The less of them there are, the more powerful each remain, I imagine.
So obviously that was a Kurgan as well that MacLeod fought in that parking garage, right?
Yeah. Or a... I don't know what they're called, the Immortals. But yeah. Because Kurgan's a specific type, because he was Ramirez, the other one...
Hello, pretty.
Should have left Heather.
You had a good 10 to 15 minutes
Quite
to get
a
out of
battle.
I'd like to speak to Russell Nash.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Nash isn't here at the moment. This is Brenda Wyatt, Mr. Nash.
We've already met.
My ears were burning.
What can I do for you?
I'd like some advice.
Are you the kind of woman who takes advice?
Ah.
What can you tell me about a 7-foot lunatic hacking away with a broadsword at 1 o'clock in the morning, New York City, 1985?
Not much.
What about a Japanese sword dated 600 BC?
I don't deal in exotic weapons.
That's not why I came here, and you know it.
Do you cook?
Why?
I thought we might have dinner.
Did you?
Yes.
Smooth.
So I'm standing there, and there's Brenda, our little Brenda.
I actually really like the rapport between the two of them.
Yeah.
She was in Nash's shop. She was talking to him.
Oh my God, that is old school Doritos
Look at that
bag.
Doritos bag!
Jesus.
What are you looking at, Rachel?
The eyes in the back of your head. People are asking about you. What am I supposed to say?
Tell them I'm immortal.
Whoa!
That was crazy. I never know what's going to happen in the next scene, and I like that.
It's so inventive, the transitions. This is so cool seeing like the different time periods he lived through.
Yeah, the wardrobe, the haircuts, everything.
Aw.
Quiet.
Is that Brenda? I mean, not Brenda. Is that the lady that works at the antique store?
Oh, good call.
Right?
That's a good call. I think Rachel?
What's your name?
Rachel.
There it is.
Rachel!
Why did you say that name?
I'm like you. I'm alone.
Wow, this is a good way of establishing that relationship, showing how they met.
Yeah, and
Interesting.
protecting each other.
Yeah.
And his agelessness.
Hey, it's a kind of magic.
Shoot him. Shoot
Take
him.
him out.
Shoot him.
Whatever you say, Jack. You're the master race.
Yes!
Let's go.
Everyone knows I don't like violence, but that I'm okay with.
You can't hide your feelings from me. I've known you too long.
What feelings?
Good way to establish 41 to 86, whatever.
Yeah, and I was going to say it's crazy. Met her when she was a little girl, and now she's older than him now.
Yeah, that's a cool way to show immortality.
You refuse to let anyone love you.
That's why I said it's a gift and a curse at the same time.
You're such a romantic, Rachel. You always were.
Oh, I love this relationship, and I've only known it for like 6 minutes.
Yeah, 2 scenes, 1 transition.
Yeah. And you understand it, like, immediately.
Yeah, they've taken care of each other for 40 years.
Yeah.
Just a minute.
Oh, my goodness. Recording the conversation.
Look at all those swords.
Yeah, I didn't even notice those ones on the wall over there.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Good evening.
He's like if Tom Hardy and Tom Jane had a baby.
Right. Yeah, you can see that.
It's crazy.
Now it's hard for me not to see with what you said earlier, an alternate universe where he was in Constantine.
Right? I mean, he dresses like him.
Yeah. Ramirez? Is that who it reminds
I
you
think
of?
it is. Yeah, I think I'm wondering if she knows more.
I like your place, Brenda.
Oh, or into that.
Interesting view.
Oh, is that Jon Polito?
Yep.
Yeah, it is. I love how intelligent he is.
I said interesting view.
Into the mic.
You never told me what you do for a living.
I work for the Metropolitan Museum in acquisitions.
Yeah.
That explains your interest in ancient weapons.
Right.
Oh, man.
Old school wine?
I think it's Hennessy.
What's that?
It's for you,
Can I open it?
if you like.
Is it her book? I don't know.
You bastard. Where did you find this?
I have an extensive library. Odd thing. Your bio doesn't mention the Met. It says you work for the police in forensics. Are you and Moran trying to set me up?
Amazing.
I don't work for Moran.
Then why is that bald policeman sitting outside watching your apartment?
Such good work.
Moran's sitting tailing me.
What are you gonna do?
Question is, what are you gonna do? You gonna turn off the tape or are you gonna shoot me with a 45?
I am looking for a sword, the one used on Fazil. I found pieces of it under the garden. I dated pieces of the blade at 600 BC. The metal had been folded 200 times. Now, the Japanese didn't start making swords like that till the Middle Ages. If I could verify the existence of such a weapon, it would be like discovering a 747 1,000 years before the Wright brothers ever flew.
This is crazy.
Wait a minute, Nash. I want some answers.
You want? Don't you ever think about anything except what you want?
Narcissist. Very well crafted scene.
Mm-hmm.
No place for us.
Did they say where MacLeod was during that whole battle with
No.
Ramirez and?
Yeah, that's a good point. They didn't.
Yeah, because he's gonna outlive her. That's the only issue. That's what we keep talking about. Because what's gonna happen in 20, 25 years? She's gonna be like, "Why are you not aging? What's the problem?"
I mean, once you're in your 30s, it accelerates.
Oh, she older? She's older.
Must have told her.
Oh, good on her for not caring, though.
My beautiful man.
This is heartbreaking.
My love.
I've never really known
What?
why you stayed.
Because I love you as much now as the first day we met.
And I love you. I don't want to die. I wanted to have your children.
They would have been strong and fine.
Don't see me, Connor. Let me die in peace. Where are we?
We're in the Highlands. Running down a mountainside.
You know this movie's gonna be so emotional, too.
The sun's shining. It's not cold. You've got your sheepskins on. And the boots I made for you. Good night, my buddy Heather.
That was a really beautiful scene.
Hey, caster gear.
MacLeod.
After that, I'd never want to be romantically involved if I had that, again, that curse of immortality.
Trauma, yeah.
It's good to see you again. Seems like 100 years.
It's been 100 years.
We got to do the Christopher Lambert laugh.
Big, strong man like you shouldn't be afraid of a little boom boom. Or maybe you think I'm trying to poison you.
I think you're crazy, caster gear.
The gathering is here.
Oh, right. You did mention the gathering.
Time's almost caught us,
Connery.
my friend.
Has it? You think we should go on?
I think we should have a party.
Oh, no. I remember the last time we had a party.
Really? When exactly was that? 1783.
1783. That's when England recognized America as independent.
And the first balloon.
Also, I think Mozart wrote, was it The Great Mass or whatever?
Yeah. Thank you, movie.
The things you learn from films.
Get out of here! So far.
Almost feels like he's the Terminator.
Such a big dude. I love that his wardrobe would be like it reflects his old wardrobe, and that's how he dressed in this time. And
yeah,
like the patterns he'd seek.
Hey, Rockefeller, how'd you like Candy? She said you were kind of kinky, huh?
Don't ever speak to me. Do you understand?
The thumbs up. Oh, I love 80s music.
And 80s Thunderbirds.
Yes.
Oh, it's a Trans Am. Apologies.
Okay, Marine. This is for real.
Driving around with a machine gun?
Let's go.
Not gonna do anything.
Go, come on.
The war is over. Get new parts for your head.
What the hell's going on?
That's awesome.
That's a cool shot. Woohoo!
This is not gonna end well for you.
No, sir. Run towards the machine gun fire.
Yeah, right? I mean, they're curious, but still, you want to run the other way and call the cops.
New York in the 80s is rough.
Later.
Woo.
Oh, shit.
Man. What a way to go.
Can only imagine people's reactions to seeing that. Power up.
I like the one-sided leather jacket mirroring the old knight's armors that had the one sleeve to protect for... That's like a really clever wardrobe.
Yeah. Right, we saw the cars exploding in the garage when he beheaded the first one.
The sheer energy of a Highlander going.
Yeah.
An immortal. That was actually an intense practical effect to just chuck a guy like that.
I love how the roof is just like
ripped in half.
ripped off like that. Oh my god.
What happened?
So tell me about this Matulas. What is he, on drugs?
He's a survival nut.
What do you mean, survival?
He's into guns. He was a Marine, Vietnam. I talked to his ex-CO. They said that the guy was a little paranoid, but he was a good man.
How you doing, kid?
Okay, I guess.
Oh, he survived.
That's crazy. He got hoisted by a sword.
And thrown hard.
Is that him?
Nope.
Come on, quit kidding, Matulas. It was dark in that alley.
The freak was trying to kill me. I'll never forget his face. He had a scar across his neck.
Well, it's good he survived so he could, you know.
Yeah.
That weirdo man. He got up after I put enough lead in him to drop a rhino.
Put enough lead in him to drop a zoo.
There's something else I gotta tell you. After he threw me against the wall.
Oh, is he gonna say the effect? He's gonna mention all the energy and the whole light
and
show.
now they're
and all
like,
that.
maybe not a light.
He's getting like one step beyond.
Listen, when we get out there, remember, all we got is an eyewitness. Now, don't say anything about sword fights in New York City or guys glowing in the dark, for Christ's sake.
Karen Joan Nash.
Looking for Nash.
Yeah, I remember this one. I was practicing in Syracuse. Didn't get many of these. Unwed mothers. Nowadays, that's no big deal.
Huh.
She had the baby and she died.
So Nash was illegitimate.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was illegitimate for about a minute and a half.
Oh shit.
He died right after she did.
Oh, no.
He's not who he says he is.
He died.
This guy remembers the specific case from God knows how long.
40 years or whatever.
I can't imagine how many cases he's been through.
Yeah.
It's a nitpick, but still, I'm like, get they put that line. I remember this specific case.
Mm-hmm.
I spent all night going through the old deeds to Nash's house on Hudson Street.
all the way back through the 5 previous owners to the original guy, Montague, in 1796.
Montague.
Montague through Nash. I found a death certificate for a kid with the same name who died at birth.
He's
Years
had it.
before he pretended to sign for his inheritance.
That's clever.
Handwriting match. That's great.
So what you got here, Brenda, is a guy who's been creeping around since at least 1700.
That's crazy.
Pretending to croak every once in a while, leaving all his goods to kids who've been corpses for years, and assuming their identities.
Sports Rhino, Cups release, head on the picture.
That looks just like Clancy. Must look like Andrew Dice Clay more
It
than
did
Clancy.
actually. They're both big guys, broad-faced, I suppose.
Castigear is gone. Only you and I remain.
And there can only be one.
Nice to see you, Kurgan.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
What the hell?
I am in disguise.
Yeah, you're unrecognizable.
This way, no one will recognize me.
I do. What do you want?
Your head. And the prize.
I want to hear Connor right before he beheads Clancy say there can only be one. Behead.
I hope he gets to utter it.
Dude, he's going all out in this performance, and I love it.
No sense of humor.
The Ramirez's blade did not cut deeply.
Look at his neck with the
cut.
clothespins.
Yeah, but that's from the cut from Ramirez earlier, right?
Yeah, but look at the clothespins he put in it.
I took his head and raped his woman before his blood was even cold.
This is an interesting conversation to have in a church.
You will always be weaker than I.
Ooh.
I'll be out front.
Goodbye, MacLeod. We will meet soon enough.
Dude, he's having so much fun in this role.
Mr. Nash is dead, Miss Ellen Stein.
What are you doing here?
I'm looking for a dead guy named Nash. He died at birth in Syracuse, New York.
All right. Come on.
Good
Dude,
way to have everything build up to a moment.
Yeah, and this is reminding me too a little bit of the shot from the beginning in the wrestling ring.
Oh yeah, but I like how everything's coming to a head. Like multiple stories have just given us our button, so now the fight has the emotional weight it needed to. I was curious how they're going to tie everything together, and now we have a setting of everything tied together.
What is this, a museum? This stuff must be worth a fortune.
It's everything I've collected for ages and ages.
I cannot die.
Everybody's got their problems.
Take it. I am Connor MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod. I was born in 1518 in the village of Glenfinnan on the shores of Loch Shiel. I am immortal.
That's one way to prove your point. Kiss him, Brenda. You can be his new Heather. There we go.
And doesn't learn his lessons.
It's like I can't feel this pain again. But it's like, okay, you're really
Maybe I will.
You're really beautiful. The temptation's there. I can't help it. To be fair to MacLeod, he did wait a couple hundred years.
That's
It's not
true.
Like,
He's
not
not
like
just been like once a generation.
Yeah.
Tasteful 80s shadows and butts.
Yeah.
Brenda, it isn't gonna work. I can't get involved, not again.
After he slept with her, he's saying this. It's like, you can't give me that MacLeod and say this now.
You know, Immortal D.
You know what's weird?
Uh-oh.
Most people are afraid to die. That's not your problem. You're afraid to live.
You're afraid to live.
Oh.
He called it.
Oh.
That is a good line, though.
Take care of yourself. Don't lose your head.
Ha. Ha. Uh-oh. Is he going to grab Brenda?
Hello, pretty.
You don't get emotionally attached.
And he did it literally right before. Like, come on, bro.
I don't think that's going to hold him.
No, he's a big man.
This is terrifying the way it's framed right now.
Yeah.
It's like
And
claustrophobic.
the texture in the air, too.
You ever played chicken?
Oh, this poor woman. Oh my God. That is freaking scary.
Oh, man.
That's stress pass out.
I was going to say, pass out of a panic as you drive on the sidewalk of the bridge.
Damn.
What a cool sequence.
Good on the stunt driver on that one.
Yeah.
Listen, which part should I cut off first? I'll be waiting.
Rachel, there are some instructions in the desk drawer. I want you to follow them. There's a power of attorney for you. You'll have everything you need.
Oh.
Even if you kill him, you're not coming back.
Oh.
Sweet Rachel, you always knew this would happen. Russell Nash dies tonight.
Goodbye, Russell Nash.
Yeah, they didn't have a ton of scenes together, but I love that
So
relationship. It's effective.
The impactfulness of like the sequences that just bring characters together.
It's great editing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't heard him say there can only be one. We gotta hear it.
I assume he must. It's interesting. He really does feel like a man from another time because like the present outfits look weird on him, and like it's so funny because this is when he's actually from.
Yeah, true.
And in my brain, I'm like, it's odd. Even Raiden looks more normal on him. Like he's just.
It's been building to this.
Yes.
Almost feel like Madam Web stole this climax.
I would never put that together if you're not wrong. That's so funny. Just the madness.
Jeez. I love his energy, though, that he's putting in his performance. Like, as an audience member, it's so fun to watch.
Yeah, the joy in his madness.
Yep, it's definitely inspired.
That's so funny.
And the P fell as well. Like, let's watch an 80s classic and see what we can come up with.
Yeah. This one did it so much better. There's actual stakes here.
Yeah, right? We really care about the characters. It means something.
And the practical, like, they're actually demolishing this.
Yeah.
That's like such an iconic landmark in New York too. They must have like scheduled a demo, or they had like another one built to scale.
Whoa.
Oh, and they got electric based stuff.
Almost looks like he could be a character from the Mad Max universe.
It's got Mad Max and Dune vibes.
Yeah, I could see Dune too. Like Austin Butler, he looks a little like.
100%.
He's definitely got that scary energy too, like Butler.
Right.
Oh, this woman, the night she just had the greatest of her life, and now to go through a day like this.
Too much for one day.
The contrast between the good and the bad days.
The blackout of terror, and now she woke up there.
I'm sure they told Christopher Lambert before filming this movie, you're going to get wet a lot.
Yeah.
What a cool ass battle sequence.
Yeah. Yeah, like how do you top earlier with the beautiful backdrop like this? I like this, the suburb, I mean, not the urban version.
Whoa.
Woo! Get out of there, Brenda.
So now it ends.
Oh, Brenda!
Brenda, MVP. Oh, shit.
What kept you?
I love the long, wide shots.
And the pull and sweep. There's been a few stunt double moments I could tell, but most of all, like I like that they're actually letting the actors. Like it's a little slower for it at points, but it's worth it to see the actors actually sword fight.
Again, close-ups can be effective, but this is my bread and butter for hand-to-hand combat. At first, I wasn't sure how I felt about using heavy swords, but from the time period that they came from, it makes sense. So I actually love the choice now.
Say it.
Yes, come on, you got to. Dude, he looks so determined to finish him. Like how I used a finish him reference like Mortal Kombat. Woo! Dude is relentless. That's why the Terminator wasn't a bad comparison to make with him.
Oh, man, that's cool. That must have been insane to see in the 80s.
This must have been such a fun film to watch in theaters. Say it!
There can be only one.
He said it!
Ass things exploded! Cool.
Watch, the whole city's just gonna go.
I wonder where he's actually from. The accent is fascinating. Oh!
Oh, right. That's why he told Rachel, I'm not coming back.
Yeah. Cool.
Awesome visuals. Think I could almost see some wires.
There's definitely some wires, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's the 80s.
They were doing a lot with the effects they had on hand. That was beautiful.
Well done. Superman, they said, you'll believe a man could fly here. You'll believe a man can levitate.
You'll believe a man can be only one.
There you go.
How did they make a sequel to this?
I've heard it's
not good.
Very good at all.
I mean, like the entire plot is there could be only one.
Yeah. That's what I've heard. I haven't seen it. I don't know. I just heard it's notoriously bad. Highlander 2. But I still want to watch it.
What am I thinking?
You're thinking whether or not you can love me. You can. I'm just like you. I can love and have children. Live and grow old.
Oh.
You never prepared me for that, you Spanish peacock.
Patience, Highlander. You have done well.
Oh, you can hear him.
But it will take time. Your generations being born and dying. You're at one with all living things. Each man's thoughts and dreams.
Cool montage.
You have power beyond imagination. Use it well, my friend. Don't lose your head.
They got the money shot again. Bravo. Bra-freaking-vo.
Highlander.
And you got the bomb-ass soundtrack.
Reject Nation, I never really consider myself a sports guy. I know so many people who are into sports, so many people who watch this channel are into sports. My wife, into sports. Sometimes it feels emasculating while she yells at the TV and I don't know what's going on. Why that feels emasculating? That's more to do with me than her, that's for sure. But anyway, the peer pressure got me to find a way to find fun with sports. And if you're looking for a fun and simple way to get into daily fantasy sports, let me introduce you to Prize Picks. It's America's #1 daily fantasy app with over 5 million active members. And honestly, it's the only one I've ever used, but from everyone who I know who has used fantasy sports thingies before says this is the easiest one they've ever used, my wife included, and the missus is never wrong. All you do is pick more or less on player stat projections, like how many yards your favorite QB, that stands for quarterback, by the way, will throw, or how many points a star player will score. You can pick between 2 and 6 players, and if you get them right, you win. Even I can comprehend this, and I'm not the smartest guy. And like I said, it's easy to get started, and it's easy to use. A lot of emphasis on the easy. Here's one easy example. So at the time of recording this, we just bet on Jordan Love, Jaden Reed, and Joe Burrow. Consulted with John. John knows more about sports than me, so really this was his decision. So let's see if he tanked this whole operation, or if we're filthy rich now. Great thing, if one of your players ever gets injured, Prize Picks has an injury insurance policy. I could use some health insurance in my own life. So your lineups stay in play. Rhymes, bars, baby. And if you miss one pick, you can still cash out thanks to their unique Flex Play option. It's available in most states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. You can download the Prize Picks app today. Use code REJECTS and get $50 instantly when you play just $5. There's a lot of fives in this shout out. $5, $50, 5 million members. It's like the number 23. But anyway, you don't even have to win to get the bonus. Isn't that awesome? Prize Picks. Run your game. Get into daily fantasy sports like this expert over here.
Love it.
That was pretty incredible.
Reject Nation, I never really consider myself a sports guy. I know so many people who are into sports. So many people who watch this channel are into sports. My wife, into sports. Sometimes it feels emasculating while she yells at the TV and I don't know what's going on. Why that feels emasculating? That's more to do with me than her, that's for sure. But anyway, the peer pressure got me to find a way to find fun with sports. And if you're looking for a fun and simple way to get into daily fantasy sports, let me introduce you to Prize Picks. It's America's #1 daily fantasy app with over 5 million active members. And honestly, it's the only one I've ever used, but from everyone who I know who has used fantasy sports thingies before says this is the easiest one they've ever used, my wife included, and the missus is never wrong. All you do is pick more or less on player stat projections, like how many yards your favorite QB, that stands for quarterback, by the way, will throw, or how many points a star player will score. You can pick between 2 and 6 players, and if you get them right, you win. Even I can comprehend this, and I'm not the smartest guy. And like I said, it's easy to get started, and it's easy to use. A lot of emphasis on the easy. Here's one easy example. So at the time of recording this, we just bet on Jordan Love, Jaden Reed, and Joe Burrow. Consulted with John. John knows more about sports than me, so really this was his decision. So let's see if he tanked this whole operation, or if we're filthy rich now. Great thing, if one of your players ever gets injured, Prize Picks has an injury insurance policy. I could use some health insurance in my own life. So your lineups stay in play. Rhymes, bars, baby. And if you miss one pick, you can still cash out thanks to their unique Flex Play option. It's available in most states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. You can download the Prize Picks app today. Use code REJECTS and get $50 instantly when you play just $5. There's a lot of fives in this shout out. $5, $50, 5 million members. It's like the number 23. But anyway, you don't even have to win to get the bonus. Isn't that awesome? Prize Picks. Run your game. Get into daily fantasy sports like this expert over here.
I had a fantastic time.
I definitely worry with classics that have so much of a legacy and have so much, especially in certain like genres, if it'll hold up without growing up with it. Because like movies can be good for the time, movies can be good now, and I'm sure there's a lot of movies I love now that my kids won't appreciate. But this one I know my family likes. It wasn't one I ever watched with them. I'd never seen it, but I know like my dad's talked about it, and I know that like my uncle likes it. Like it's come up as something that they watched, and I was really worried that it just wasn't going to be of the time. And then the first, I'd say 20 minutes, I was like, I don't know if I'm vibing with the disparate tones. And then something clicked and I was like, oh, I am in. And then it just, it only got better.
I'm just so scared that you're going to have to ground your kids for not liking the movies that you love one day.
It's inevitable. Those kids, those poor kids.
You have to.
You don't love what dad likes.
You must like it.
While you live under my roof, you watch Spider-Man.
You're not allowed to disagree with me. By the way, guys, we just watched Highlander, the 1986 film. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, make sure you use those one hands and you give us those 5-star ratings. And if you want cool teas like these, rejectnationshop.com. Yeah, no, I agree with you. The first 15, 20 minutes, like I was appreciating the cinematography, the music by Queen, all that shit. But like, yeah, it took me a minute to get into the tone of the film or the differing tones and just understanding the world building that was happening. And once I got the flow of it and what they were going for, I was like, this is really inventive. It's intriguing. And I'm all in. I love everything about this. And again, it was just different than anything I've ever seen in terms of like, again, I really love the world building here. It was cool. I mean, yeah, we've seen stuff in the past with like, you know, The One and kind of shit like that, of course. But I just, and also too, I
love Jet Li's The One.
I've never seen that one.
Oh, really?
I've
I
never
literally
seen
thought you just made The One reference because I'm wondering if that is inspired. It's a similar.
I've never seen that movie.
Totally different tone.
Yeah. But I just mean like, you know, like
the phrase.
The Messiah type of thing, kind of thing. But yeah, no, again, the world building was very intriguing to me. I love the storyline in this, the rules and how they work, all that, like the immortals and you have to behead them and all that stuff. I
like how simple and clean the rules were.
Yeah. It's not like overcomplicated and crazy shit. But also too, I really appreciate, I know we talked about it a ton. I love the transitions in this
So
movie.
much.
So
One of the highlights for
but
me.
they really took time, and it shows how much effort they put into
They
it.
actually shot that in London, Scotland, New York. That makes me happy.
I
We knew
mean,
a lot of it was on location.
you can tell.
It's just nice to read.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they put a lot of heart and effort, and it showed on screen. And again, there was that one shot too. I'm like, what's with the grain here? I'm like, shut up, and just be patient here.
Yeah,
It's
the
like,
second after you
okay.
said it, it was like, here's
Yeah.
a special effects shot. And by the way, this is from 86. This special effects shot from before we were born by 2 years.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I got to say too, I know Sean Connery was not in the film like a ton, but I loved his performance. I love that
He's
mentor.
such a good support role.
Oh yeah, he really is. I mean, even in Untouchables, he plays such a good. He plays a good anything. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter what he plays. He was such a great mentor for MacLeod here. I love the way like he set him off too. He's like, I'm trying. He's like, he's so effective in what he was doing there, and also too kind of that surrogate type of father mentorship as well in terms
Mhm.
of like, because he's in a time like, yeah, he's found the woman he loves, but also he's in a time too where, like you said, superstition is a very like fickle thing, and
Yeah.
people like who like his cousins and his friends and family like all spat in his face like, get the hell out of here,
Everybody
you're
but
immortal.
Angus.
Yeah, but besides Angus was only the only decent one there. But everyone else, it's like it's a weird time for MacLeod, because he still was MacLeod at that time as well.
Mhm.
It was a weird time for him, and obviously he'd found love with Heather, but who knows what would have happened over time. Obviously, we know that Heather was still a good human being, but like in terms of his mentally for MacLeod, it was a weird time. So it was nice that he finally met his mentor and someone that could actually teach him. Like just the rules and all that stuff, and train him and all that for obviously for Clancy Brown's character, so that he could survive. And also too, I think they did such an effective job of establishing relationships in this. Like
I agree.
that Rachel relationship was like, okay, what's the connection here? I know she's his assistant or whatever she is, and
But then that one scene.
that one scene, I was like, holy shit. Okay, yes, I would be grateful to this man forever. And the way it's edited and done, and also, this film, I think it's got the Christopher Nolan effect, and what I mean by that, it nails the nonlinear storytelling.
100%. This movie would be not. This was chronological, it'd be so less.
Yeah.
And I really like that they played with time, one with the transitions, which we yelled lovingly about many times, but it allowed you to learn things in a way that was interesting as opposed to exposition heavy. There's lots of exposition in this film. Even if the rules are simple, you still have to explain them clearly, and you still have to have that. But what I loved is the first half, they had so much mystery that when they explained stuff, I was like, oh, of course. Like, they set things up really well, and that being out of chronology allowed you to use time to set things up later and to answer questions that you yourself set up. At no point in the film did you know everything until 15 minutes until the end.
Right.
The scene where they come together in a room of all of his history is when you learn the full extent of his history, and I thought that was really impressive storytelling.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. And really quick, too, off the nonlinear storytelling, I think to nail that with any film, if you're going to nail nonlinear storytelling, you got to get good editors. And this film just really nailed it. And to also the point you just made, in the first 15, 20 minutes, I love the fact that we're not being spoon-fed. Like, I was like, okay, I'm so intrigued. I'm not like, again, I'm like, okay, I know a couple things, but I don't know everything. Like, it's not predictable. Like, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. I hate predictable
And
shit.
movies have gotten more and more predictable.
Yeah, and
and
again,
it's not that we're getting smarter, it's that movies are getting dumber.
Yeah, for sure. And again, I get it. Writing is not an easy thing to do. I understand. But I agree with you. It's like, I love shit like this where I'm like, I have no idea where we're going.
I
Where
feel
we're
like
headed.
movies don't trust the audience anymore, and I
Yeah.
liked that the opening was that like 2 paragraphs, and from that I inferred immortal, or growing up I might have heard something, but I just didn't know, and then the movie kept me guessing as to how the immortality rules would work, all these things, and there wasn't ever a character that was like, hello, I am the little paperclip from that fucking computer program to tell you what's going on, and I liked that. And I do feel like more and more modern movies don't trust the audience to infer things because we're watching them like that. And so it's not really an opportunity to really do anything with it. And that's so frustrating. And so I really like, one of the things I like about reacting is I'm engaged, but also I'm so focused on stuff and having the conversation that it used to be hard for me to react to movies because I'd be distracted by the lights and the camera and the whole experience not feeling natural. But now it's this in movie theaters to watch movies because then I don't have the option of the other screen to distract me from the screen. And I do think that screen is causing our attention spans to be so shortened. This doesn't get to exist anymore.
For sure. I also want to mention, too, I'm going to get into Clancy Brown in a second. I love that they gave this character so much emotional depth and they grounded him. Like, yeah, he's got this awesome power and he's immortal, but they also grounded him in terms of it's a curse as well. Like, he can't really love because if he does, he's going to outage them.
And that was another great timeline thing.
Yeah.
We heard how bad that was going to be, and we'd already met the woman that he sees die. And then halfway through the film, the emotional weight of her dying, we've earned it. And then we get to see him have another relationship. And then we get to see the paternal, like fatherly relationship with the woman that we'd already met.
Right, right. And also, too, that made me fall in love with his character so much more, too. Like the fact that he didn't leave
and he's willing
Heather
to,
and he's willing to stay with her because he loved her so much.
Yeah.
And then also, too, with Rachel as well. Like he's still willing to be her protector. It doesn't matter how old she got, like, and stay with her that long. Like he's just a good person, like through it all. Like I loved his character so much.
So
they gave
impressed.
him they grounded him, gave him so much depth, and I was just so emotionally invested in this character that I wanted him to win so bad and survive. So I thought great job, and Christopher Lambert, awesome performance. I loved his charisma. I will now only see him as Constantine.
Dude, I was like,
Thomas Jane and Tom Hardy.
He looks so much like Thomas Jane and Tom Hardy.
He did,
like
he did.
this part of him is Tom Hardy. This part of him is Thomas Jane. And I've never, other than in Children of Two Actors, seen someone look more like two actors.
Yeah, and also
biologically, this one's impossible, but it happened. How did it happen?
Yeah, I loved also too Clancy Brown. I love the energy. he
joy,
brought.
man.
Yeah, and again, when you have a villain. Like, again, they didn't go into a bunch of depth in terms of, like, his character, but...
you just had to have that one line.
Yeah.
They throw kids in a pit.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, the only line about his backstory was, like, the Russian steppes throwing kids in pits. You're like, that's a bad man.
Yeah, for sure,
and I loved how lean the writing was. And it also gave us a lot of, like, bitch inside of van visuals. The fact that we had that, like, lightning storm on these stair steps that were... like, there were so many moments that wouldn't work in today's filmmaking style because that would have been shot on the volume and it would have felt like an artifice. Instead, they went to Scotland and they obviously added lightning, but it felt more tangible. So then the extraordinary was rooted in ordinary. If you're going to do things that are high fantasy, there needs to be some things that ground it. And I think a big part of what's wrong with action and fantasy movies today is there isn't an anchor. And I want these anchors. And I think that's why we're so nostalgic for movies that aren't that good. Yeah. I love you, audience, but if you genuinely think Fantastic Four and some of the early 2000s X-Men movies are better than the ones today, I think it's just a nostalgia for those things. And all taste is subjective, but there is an inherent want for things to feel tangible. And I do think we missed that. And I hope we swing back to it. But Highlander was like high fantasy, insane story, but it all felt like a world you could somehow go to.
Yeah, absolutely. I also loved the Clancy Brown's energy, his voice. He was just a very menacing presence in a film like with immortal beings. And yeah, we know that if you behead them, like obviously they die, but still, like he really had that looming. And I know I kind of made the comparison, but I'm going to say it again. He had that Terminator presence to him, just like this relentless being, but just with more energy and
joy
and madness.
That scene in the car was such a great explanation of like what you do if you're immortal and you're mad. You've lost it.
Right. No, it was great. His performance was fantastic. I mean, Clancy Brown's always a win for me.
Yeah.
So I loved him. Loved the soundtrack, Queen, the cinematography.
Score.
Again, the score. Michael Kamen, he's awesome. Lethal Weapon, you can't go wrong. And he did the first X-Men 2000 film. You can't go wrong with Michael Kamen. Russell Malachi, however you say it. Again, I'm going to rewatch Shadow now after having seen Highlander because I see so much inspiration for why they wanted him to do Shadow. And again, I think that's a very underrated film, but I'm going to have to rewatch that one. But yeah, lots of good stuff. I'm going to get into the trivia in a second here, but I got to say, I really dug this film a lot.
That was like 4 out of 5 stars for me. That was a strong one. I really loved that.
Highlander. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, damn. They got high. What do you think out of 10 that this film got average rating on IMDb?
On IMDb?
Yeah.
9.1.
Really? It got a 7, which is still very high.
That's very high.
Yeah.
I think I would have said 8 if you hadn't just said.
It's my fault. Damn it.
I was like, I think I'm going to overassume. It's got a 3.3 on Letterboxd.
Oh.
I always check Letterboxd well. IMDb.
Okay, so here we go for trivia. All of Sir Sean Connery's scenes had to be filmed in a week due to Connery's schedule. He had a bet with director Russell Mulcahy that they would not finish in 7 days, but Mulcahy won the bet. Connery earned $1 million for this week's work.
Back in '86.
That's a lot of money for a week's work.
But he's all over the poster, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like he's also part of the legend of the movie, so it worked.
Yeah.
It was a cost-productive $1 million week for everybody.
For sure. Sir Sean Connery and Christopher Lambert got along so well during filming that they called each other by their characters' names even when they were not filming, and it was at Lambert's insistence that Connery and his character returned for Highlander 2: The Quickening.
I don't know how it exists.
Okay. We shall see one day.
Hey, guys, share this video if you want us to watch Highlander 2: The
Yeah.
Quickening. Leave a comment below if
Oh.
you want us to watch Highlander 2: The Quickening.
I clicked on Highlander 2 and saw the rating.
Oh, no. Sure, it's not a
I
7.
still want to see it. I don't care. I want to see where the story goes. The sword sparkling while clashing, which I loved, was accomplished by attaching a wire to each sword that led down the arms of the actors to a car battery. One was connected to the positive terminal and the other to the negative terminal, so when the swords touched, there was an arc.
That's bananas. That is awesome.
That's great. I love that. Queen originally intended to record only one song for this movie, but after viewing footage from the film, they were inspired to write more. The band members each had a favorite scene and composed songs specifically for them. Brian May wrote Who Wants to Live Forever during the cab ride home after seeing the movie, and Roger Taylor used the line It's Kind of Magic as the basis for the end title song.
Badass. I'm listening to it in the car on the way home.
Yeah, that's when you know you have a good movie, when Queen goes, no, we want
More!
more.
We'd like to make more art
We
for
don't
you."
want just one. While filming the scene at Eileen Dunnan Castle, the car park by the castle had to be covered up with tons of peat to disguise it. The house located by the bridge out to the castle was boxed in with hardboard and painted over so that it looked just like real stone even when you stood right beside it. Extras were paid $25 a day with a 10-pound or 25 pounds a day with a 10-pound bonus, even if they took their own horses. A lot of the locals took several days off work to do it.
Cool.
After filming the scene where the Kurgan confronts MacLeod in the church, Clancy Brown apologized to the priest and nuns there for his character's dialogue for fear that he had offended them. What a nice guy. He's like,
wholesome Clancy
it's
Brown.
just my character. I promise I'm not like this in real life.
Love it.
Wonder if I'm assuming you saw Starship Troopers, right?
Yeah. Oh, no. Actually, that's the only, what's it called?
I will not say a word then.
Because I recently watched RoboCop for the first time. And I've seen Showgirls, but I've never seen
Showgirls.
Dude, it's a light. But I somehow haven't seen Starship.
I need to watch Showgirls. Christopher Lambert spent time with a dialogue coach developing an accent which sounded non-specifically foreign.
That's why I couldn't place it, except the laugh.
Let's do a couple. I wonder, should we do spoilers or?
Let's do it.
Okay.
They've seen the movie.
Yeah. Well, I just mean in case we do the sequels, in case I give.
Oh, do you think that'll be in there?
Who knows? Well, let's just do it. Screw it.
Do the top 3.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my God, there's so much trivia just to get to the spoilers.
Good.
Okay. Gregory Wyden's original screenplay was a much darker and grittier portrayal of the Highlander universe. The main characters are also different in several ways. Connor was born in 1408 instead of 1518. He lived with his mother and father. In the draft, Heather, Connor's beloved wife in the film, does not exist. Connor was promised to a young girl named Mara, whom he loved with all of his heart, but who later rejects him after he becomes immortal. Connor leaves his village instead of being banished. His alias in the draft was Richard Tupin, and he used an assortment of swords rather than the katana he took after Ramirez's death in the film. Ramirez was a Spaniard rather than an ancient Egyptian born more than 2,000 years earlier. The Kurgan was known as the Knight using the alias Carl Smith. He was not a savage, but a cold-blooded killer. Brenda was known as Brenna Cartwright. Other major aspects were later changed during rewrites. Initially, immortals could have children. In the draft, Connor is said to have had 37. The movie was originally set in D.C. and Pennsylvania in the present day rather than New York City. The final showdown took place in a museum. I kind of like this version better.
I like this version. I also think that the children aspect made there a little more stakes of why being immortal would be hard.
Yeah.
Like, I like that being life versus death and stuff.
Yeah, and also, too, like it feels like a curse, too.
Yeah,
now.
like you can't create life, but you don't have life if you want to have life. Have a life.
Yeah. Okay, 2 more. Ramirez was born in 896 BC in Egypt during the 22 dynasty. When Ramirez meets MacLeod in 1541 AD, he is 2,437 years old, and he was 357 years old when Masamune Ramirez's father-in-law made the katana sword for him in tribute to Sakiko, Ramirez's wife and Masamune's daughter. Cool.
Math.
Yeah. According to the director's commentary, the animated lightning on Connor's shoulders when he receives the prize was actually supposed to disguise the wires. Ironically, this may have just drawn more attention to them.
Yep, noticed.
Yeah, just a bit. It's
that
fine.
was so good, though. Like, I really like things being as practical as possible, even at the cost of something like that. Like, I think it still feels more real.
Yeah.
That was sensational. I really enjoyed that. We've been watching some of the classics like Stargate and Platoon and Untouchables. Not sure which one's out yet. Is Untouchables out?
Untouchables is The Abyss.
The Abyss. Oh my God. So watching some classics, let us know in the comments below. There is a chance we have seen them, but if it's pre-85, it's a likelihood we haven't. I did mainly focus on the present in my 3,000 movies I've seen, but a lot of the recent ones Andrew hasn't seen, so you've seen a lot of his stuff popping up. So we are attacking movies at large. This was a delight, though. I really, really liked this one. Please leave a like. Please leave a comment below. Let us know if there's anything else you want us to check out, and share this with someone that loves Highlander in your life. We'll see you soon, Reject Nation. Much appreciated. Bye.